It's the Infectious Groove Podcast, part of the Odd Pods Media Network. Recorded from Detroit, Michigan, and Jacksonville, Florida. The Infectious Groove Podcast is your source for jammy jams, album reviews, and the best in-depth music discussion. Thanks for joining us. Now here are your hosts.
Well, hello, it is the Infectious Groove Podcast. My name is Russ, and she sounds surprised every time I say she's along with me, but Michelle is here as well. And Michelle, how are you doing?
I'm wonderful. I'm super excited to be here.
I feel like that's a big, huge step up from, which is what we usually get.
Yeah. I gotta keep you on your toes.
You do. And on this episode, we are going to be discussing road trip songs, which is something we will get into in the second half. So this is not one of our album reviews or our epic cover battles. This will be just a general roundtable type discussion about road trip songs, which we will get into the second half of the episode. And as we do that, you will hear some extra voices this week. And I've labored the point lately on the show, but we have a great group of friends in the podcast community that we knew would step up and help us out when we were in need of having some rotating hosts. And this week is a podcast that I have gone on myself, and we have not one but two hosts joining us from that show. The EverTrending Podcast is the name of the show. We have Garrett and Frankie on here from that show. And even though I've been on your show and I know what it's all about, why don't you tell our listeners what it is y'all do and where they can find you?
Yeah, so we're the EverTrending Story. What we do is we peruse the internet and look for trends wherever you can find them, Twitter, Google, etc. And what we'll do is we'll take those and we will spin them into a fun fictional story using a randomized genre picker. And just Frankie and I take turns bouncing the story back and forth and throwing the trends in, kind of like Mad Libs. It's a great time, and we really enjoy doing the show.
I will say this, and this is probably the highest compliment I can pay you, is I don't have a creative bone in my body. Like that's why in bands I've only ever been in cover bands, because I'm like, oh no, I'm not writing a song myself. Like I can redo what someone else did. But even coming on your show, like it kind of forced me to be creative a little bit with writing. And my significant other teaches writing for a living, and after I wrote what I wrote, she was like, "Oh, that's impressive." And I was like, "Oh, see." So I could be creative when I want to. So having said that, I would assume that the short answer on this is all podcast platforms. But if someone was looking to listen to the EverTrending Story podcast, where are they going to go?
You can go, like you said, you can go anywhere. Spotify has us, Good Pods, Anchor is where we're hosted. Really just type in the EverTrending Story and you can find us and listen to us there. Right
on. And when we have guests on the show that have come from other podcasts and whatnot that have helped us out, we are extremely appreciative. So I appreciate not one but two of you making the time for us this evening. We greatly appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
Whoa, that was huge. I don't think Michelle's ever thanked anybody for anything.
That was the one time.
Yeah, for the whole year. You just used it for the whole year. Damn. Another thing that we greatly appreciate on the program is the feedback that we get every week. We have a little bit to share with you, so we'll get into that now.
Feedback job. Don't worry about that. Right. There's rock and roll be without feedback.
So just so you know, Michelle, because I know you feverishly listen to the episodes that you're not on, but just as a recap for you, since
I appreciate that.
As Monday, last week was a album review. We had Aaron from I Had to Say It sit in, and we covered Kyle's album review pick, the album Sometimes by City and Color. So Sean and Chris wrote in and said, I really wanted to hear this discussion of this album. For me, the album just doesn't hit. It sounded like early 90s Sheryl Crow. In no way is that a bad thing, just not that my thing at this point in my life. But like always, great show. Geek Peak Podcast writes in and says, this album is still regularly played in my playlist from the year it was released. Dallas Green's voice is so soothing, which we talked a great deal about his voice. For me, that's kind of a distraction on the record, that like he sounds the same on everything. But many other people, Kyle included, are like, yeah, that's what I like about it. So I can see how it could go either way for folks. Mike Downing writes in, Michelle, any idea where he lives?
Chicago.
That's Chicago, Mike. Very good.
That's Chicago, Mike. Where's he been?
You thanked somebody and you remembered something this week. I'm
telling you, every other week is my good spot.
We found your groove.
Yeah.
Mike writes in, it says, what a timely episode this was. I'm going to the Sacred Rose Festival this weekend and City and Color is playing Friday. Also, Margot Price is sitting in all weekend as an artist at large, which I looked into this to find out what he meant by that. And she's literally just going to join acts randomly all weekend at this festival.
Is that a thing that people do, or she just made it up?
I think she just made it up, and I'm okay with it. I love Margot Price. So
I know you do.
I'm cool with it.
You do.
I knew that's how you meant that. I knew that that's exactly how you meant that.
She's not my cup of tea.
The queer defense course, of course, it's not your cup of tea because you claim to not like country music. The queer defense squad writes in and says, I just wanted to apologize for not sending in feedback the last couple of weeks. I haven't had any, which I guess means you're doing a great job. Also, your guest host, Aaron, from I had to say it was pretty stellar. 10 out of 10, no stinkers. So all those times that the queer defense squad and Seth wrote into us feedback, apparently we were doing something wrong the whole time.
Yeah, because we were fighting the whole time.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and this is news, Michelle. Kyle came dangerously close to giving a 10 out of 10 to the City and Color record last week. Things were on the border there for a second.
He did come upstairs after he recorded, and I made him break it down for me. So I kind of know what you guys talked about.
Right.
He just gave me the Cliff Note version, so it was fine.
Right. Detention writes in, it says, Kyle almost giving a 10, freaking edged us so hard. And now I'm sitting here unsatisfied and unfulfilled. So, Michelle, if you would pass that on.
I will let them know that he has left the audience unfulfilled.
Yeah.
Blue balling it, if you will.
If you will. All right, that is the feedback. You can leave us feedback at infectiousgroovepodcast.com at 313-364-9899, or you can just go to Twitter or to our Facebook page. We actually have a Facebook group that's pretty active as well. Or, as always, you can just send it right over to Michelle's house, and I will, if you ask me on Twitter, I will give you Michelle's home address to send her your feedback. Moving right along. Our jammies. Getting into our jammy jams, the songs we've been listening to this week and what has turned us on. And I'm not going with Michelle first because I've done that before and that just doesn't go well for anybody. I'll go with our guests of honor this week out of the gate. Garrett, what have you been listening to this week?
I have got quite the selection here. So the very first one, I've been absolutely obsessed with this one since I first heard it. Ozzy Osbourne released a song called Patient Number 9 recently, and he has Jeff Beck with him.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know what it is about that song, but I am addicted to it. Listen to it at least a couple times a day.
I could be wrong, but I think by the time this episode comes out, which is on Monday, I believe that full record will be out by then as well. But I've heard really good things about that single.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. I didn't think he still had it in him, but I mean, he's still kicking it. So I'll keep rolling. And then one of my favorite bands, Fits and the Tantrums, they released a song fairly recently as well called Sway. It's more radio pop than I really like from them, but I'm still just a fan of it. And it's another one of those, just kind of throw it on to start your day.
Fun fact, Fits and the Tantrums is one of the few concerts that Michelle stayed awake for the entirety of. You saw them on the Las Vegas Strip, did you not, Michelle?
Yeah, I saw them in the pool at the top of the Cosmos. So they were playing on a stage and then a Cosmopolitan, and we got to sit in the pool with our feet and listen to Fits and the Tantrums. Pay $27 for a Corona. It was great.
Those affordable Las Vegas Strip prices.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. What else do you got, Garrett?
And then the last one I have, I recently discovered this one again. There's a band called the Temperance Movement. I think they only have just a couple albums out, but a song called The Morning Riders from their first album just has such a catchy riff to it. And I don't know, the guy is just an amazing singer and very soulful. And it's just a fun song to throw on and jam out to.
Right on. So a good mix of stuff this week for sure. Frankie, what is it that you have been listening to this week?
I came prepared with one thing.
Right on, that's fine.
Of things.
Hey, you're ahead of the game with Michelle some weeks. So
there you go.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of Kids Bop 2022 songs.
Oh, sure. Right on.
Because I work with kids and I have to find music. I first started a week ago at after school and they gave us these huge boom boxes. That way we can listen to music while we're watching the kids. And the only thing I can find is Kids Bop. So Levitating, Ed Sheeran, those types of songs.
But it's all stuff what's great about that though is it works for you, so you're not going nuts hearing the nursery rhyme-ish type stuff that's written for kids, That's true. Yeah.
You're right.
I have to hear the Wheels on the Bus one more time. My daughter's 1, by the way. I'm going to lose it. So
Michelle, you're going to get into Wiggles territory real quick here.
Ooh.
Skip Pass.
Yeah, you're not going to allow her to listen to that.
We're going to go straight to Metallica.
Right on. So yeah, but the thing about that though, and this is funny to say this, but there's got to be a wide variety of stuff on Kids Bop, like because it's not, they don't just cover it, they probably cover everything that's popular right now, right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff on there. Like you got the country jams, the pop jams. They even do like Little Nos, which is very interesting because they got to put words that don't belong, and it's so funny.
I'll tell you, I am in no way poking fun. I believe, I could be wrong, but in 150 episodes, I think this is the very first mention of Kids Bop.
I do.
Well, there you go.
Right.
We should do a whole series on
You
Kids
should.
Bop, work them into the album
Some
reviews.
of them aren't bad. I mean, some of them are pretty good.
Some of them are pretty lit. Kids Bop. All right, I'm going to save the best for last and have Michelle go after me. And so I have 3 that are all 3 ballad-ish songs. 2 of them are from the 80s and one of them's squarely from the mid 90s. And I have zero reason why all 3 of these songs were in my head over the past week, other than the fact that they're great songs. Like there wasn't a thing that reminded me of them, or, well, one of them actually is kind of a funny story after the fact. But anyways, the 2 from the 80s is a Rod Stewart song that like not a lot of people know. Like I don't think it was a huge hit, but he has a song called My Heart Can't Tell You No. It's one of those songs that if I could talk till I'm blue in the face about it, and everybody listening would probably be like, I've never heard that song. And then as soon as you hear the chorus, you'd be like, oh, well, I know that song. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those songs that like you'll know it. No, I'm not. God, Michelle, the answer is never going to be yes with Sing It. Also, I like how you just kept persisting. I like now that you have a 1-year-old, you know the trick of sing it. Sing it, sing it,
Sing it,
mom,
sing it.
mom,
Mom.
mom.
Hum it. Hum
Yeah.
it.
But no, you would, as soon as you heard this chorus, you would go, oh, I totally know that song, but you would never know it by name. So I've had that stuck in my head. And then Crowded House, Don't Dream It's Over, which is just a killer song in the first place. But this is the one that's kind of funny. So somehow it crossed my mind the other day. And I was like, I got to hear that like right now, which is one of the cool things about streaming. Is that you don't have to dig anything out. You know, you just grab your phone and be like, I need to hear this song right now, right? And play it. But then the song followed me around everywhere for like that. Like if I heard it at the grocery store, I heard it at the party store, I heard it at the gas station, I heard it at the bar. Like the song was just on everywhere that I went. And I
love it when that happens.
But I'm not kidding you. I actually checked my pocket at the party store to make sure it wasn't just my phone playing it. You know, this is kind of inside baseball, but there's a GNR album that no one likes but me. And there's a song called Better on it. And one time in public, I thought I was hearing the song in public and I was all excited, but it was just coming from my own phone in my pants pocket. So
your pants were singing it to you?
Yeah, my pants were singing that GNR song to me. Anyways, so the last song that I have is a song that not many people know, but it's an artist, very revered artist that many people know. There's a song called I Hate You by Prince, which is on the Gold Experience, which many people know that album for The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. Michelle, you know that album for the first song on it, which I'm not going to say the name of because it's very Prince and very dirty, but it's very Prince, very dirty. You can say it all you want to if you want, Michelle, but I just don't.
Is it the P one?
It is the P1, yes. But anyways, this song, I Hate You, is this like great, beautiful, soulful song from Prince, and literally him just detailing how many different ways he doesn't quite care for this woman anymore. And there's a whole over dramatic court scene in the middle where like Prince reenacts this whole thing of this woman being found guilty of cheating on him and all this stuff. And it's just, it's crazy over the top. It's Prince at his, in my opinion, at his creative peak in the mid 90s. And again, it's more crazy to me that the song even crossed my mind, like out of nowhere, but that has definitely been in my head. So those have been the Jammy Jams so far. Michelle, see if you can top Kids Bop. What do you got for your Jammy Jams?
So I've been away on work travel this week and
on road trips, if you will.
There you go.
Plane trips. And I realized on the second day that I don't know what you would call him, a DJ, I guess. He's the announcer, does the playlist. It's the same playlist all day, every day. Like he doesn't change the songs. Like
what are you talking about? At the event that you were working? Okay. Okay.
Like at the expo, sorry.
Bring us along for the story.
Okay, so it's at a tattoo expo and he just like announces stuff and I was like, didn't we just hear the song yesterday? And the people that I work with who have gone to many more conventions were like, yeah, he just has one playlist and he just puts play and it plays for 12 hours. And I was like,
Ooh.
Oh, cool. But the one gem that I forgot about was the Darkness thing.
I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Yes.
Sing it.
I couldn't remember the whole title. I was going to call a thing called Love, and I was like, I don't think that's the title. I love that song. I know people like hate On the Darkness and hate that song. That's a fucking jam. I don't care what anybody says.
If somebody correct me if I'm wrong on this, I think that the lead singer of that band's name is Justin Hawkins. I think I'm right on that. If anybody can prove me wrong, speak now. But I think I'm right on that. He has a YouTube channel now that's like just him talking about music in general, and it's like super popular. It's really fun. It's really good to watch. He like does not hold back with his opinions on like things that go on in the music industry.
Why do you think that it's the guy from The Darkness that does this YouTube channel?
Well, it is the guy from The Darkness. That's not in question.
Oh, you're questioning
his name, I believe, is Justin Hawkins.
I'm with you now.
Well, you think I'm sitting watching YouTube being like, I think that's a guy from The Dark. Maybe that's a dude from The Dark. I don't know. Like, I wish
that's
I had.
What I thought.
I wish I had a device where I could Google it and find out. But no, I'm saying his name escapes me right now, but I think it's Justin Hawkins. But for a fact, the guy from The Darkness has a YouTube channel where he does music commentary. And it's,
okay,
and
for
it's
sure
fantastic.
he has a YouTube channel. His name is questionable.
His first name is Justin for sure. So the only thing we're not sure on here is Hawkins.
Okay.
Having said that, thanks for stepping all over that. Michelle, what are your other jammy jams?
I just have one, and I think it was my jammy jam before, but I don't care. I'm still obsessed with this Maggie Rogers new album, Surrender.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole album has just been my jammy jams. I just put that on when I'm driving now and front to back. So I'll put some of my favorites on playlist.
Right on. That will work. And actually, Garrett, I saw you already emailed me some of your jammy jams, which is great because I can forward those to Michelle for the playlist. And then I'm not kidding you, Michelle, go through Kids Bop and pick out some of your favorites.
I'm going to
throw on.
It's going to be great.
We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to get into the second half of the show. We're going to talk about road trip songs, a topic that Michelle has put off on this program for a long time because she says she doesn't know how to cover it, when she in fact loves road trip songs. So we will be right back. You're listening to the Infectious Groove Podcast on the Odd Pods Media Network.
Hi, I'm Sam.
I'm Richie.
I'm Little Matt.
And here in the 500 Section Lounge, we are three dads who host a family-friendly weekly podcast.
Yep, we laugh, we go on tangents, we talk to great guests.
Tangents? I don't know what you're talking about with that. You know, there are gases leaking.
All right, okay.
Yeah, we have legendary conversations from sports to history and everything in between.
So be on the lookout for what we do next.
And always be there to
grab a listen.
I'm Richie, aka Midnight Agent Raw.
I'm Devin, aka Special Delivery Dev.
We're the Super Media Bros Podcast. And each week, we give a comedically informative take on movies,
music,
television,
pro wrestling,
and much more. Check us out at supermediabrospodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else that you can listen to podcasts. Shades on.
We're off.
We are back. It's Russ and Michelle from the Infectious Groove Podcast. And along with us for the ride this week from the EverTrending Story Podcast, Frankie and Garrett. And you can find their podcast on the very platform that you're listening to us on right now. Or you can just Google EverTrending Story Podcast and you will find them on whatever means necessary for you to check out their podcast. And we will have them at the end of the show tell you one more time what that's all about. But they have joined us this week to talk through the topic of road trip songs. And this is, for me, road trip songs are a big deal. Michelle claims that they're not for her. I don't know how that's possible because every time I've ever gotten into a vehicle with Michelle, there's been some form of argument or tussle, if you will, regarding what is played and when. And she very much has songs that she demands to hear.
That's just because I don't like what you play.
Oh, fair. Oh, okay. Well, that's entirely my bad then. So having said that, we're going to have ourselves a little roundtable discussion about road trip songs, some of our favorites and our preferences when traveling with acquaintances regarding who gets to control the music and whatnot. So having said that, the first question that I thought it would be fun to ask for everybody is, do you prefer to be the person in control of the music when you're on the road trips? And Garrett, I'll just throw you on the spot and tell you, when you get in the car for the road trip, are you mad if somebody else is already hooked up to the Bluetooth, or do you just go with the flow?
Oh, I just go with the flow. I'm really easygoing with with music. I will listen to like most any genre, and most of the time I'm okay with it. I definitely will throw some of my opinions out if I don't like it, but I will just roll with it like 99% of the time.
See, Michelle's completely unfamiliar with that, just throwing her opinions out if she doesn't like something. She's never heard of that before.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Frankie, how do you feel about that? If you get in the car and somebody's already controlling the music, are you just going with the flow, or are you like, let me connect to that?
I'm going to have to completely disagree with Garrett in that if somebody's already connected, I'm a little mad.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be in control of music because I feel like a lot of people don't know like the right moods. I go on a lot of road trips with my brother, and he just plays the saddest stuff. And I'm like, why are we doing this?
No Kids Bop.
No Kids Bop, So I do like to be in control to answer that.
That's funny that you mentioned that about sad songs. I'm going to bring it up later on, but I've got a point about that too. Yeah. Like what's with it? Like no one wants to hear Everybody Hurts while we're on the way to the lake, like
that's not true.
Exactly.
Oh boy. Oh, Michelle. Why would anybody want to hear it? I don't get. But so yeah, I see. I'm kind of the same way. Like, well, no, I'm definitely the same way. With I have to. I'm like, I need to be in control of the music. But what I was going to say, I mostly agree with is the whole mood thing. Like noticing like what the mood of the car is and what people want to hear and like what went over and play more of that. Instead of just being like, play one song that everybody loves and then play a whole bunch of stuff nobody is even caring about at all. The role of road trip DJ is something I take very seriously. So,
even if it's just to go 0.7 miles, it's really important that he has the correct music.
And as you can tell, Michelle has no experience with this whatsoever as far as dealing with that. Michelle, now I'm absolutely going to call you out on all of your horseshit on this episode. Anytime you lie or tell something that you might think is true, I'm going to call you out on it. So the question goes to you. Do you like to be in control of the music in the car on road trips? And I'm elongating this question so you really think about it before you answer negatively, and I have to call you out on it.
So I don't like to be in control, but I don't want anyone else to be in control either.
That is 1,000% correct.
See?
But you just want the radio to play?
Yes. Okay. That is my whole thing for this entire the road trip songs is that I 99.9% of the time would just rather turn on a radio station that like, even if you're driving through and you just find something that, oh, this is the rock station. Oh, this is the alternative station. Just put that on and just fucking go. I feel like,
wow.
So like, I would much rather that and like have nobody have a choice than have somebody else have a choice is what we listen to.
That is vintage Michelle and so accurate. Like I thought for sure you were going to be like, oh no, I like to be in control, or like, oh no, I'm fine with whatever. And I was absolutely going to be like, you are all being lied to. Yeah, you would much rather nobody be able to play exactly what they want to hear.
I want everyone to be equally as miserable. And nobody to be happy.
That is that's so true. We'll stay on you for this one, Michelle. And again, please carefully think about this before you answer this question. Do you have a designated road trip playlist that you work through when you're on the road?
The radio. So
now this is lies. This is lies. You have absolutely in your time put together playlists for road trips.
So I went up north on a couple trips with a friend of mine. And after the first day or so, we went on like a 7-day driving trip. We decided to start independently adding our own songs that we like to a Spotify playlist, and we shared it. And then we would put that on and shuffle it. Like that's like, it was like an ever evolving playlist that we had. I have never personally created a playlist for a specific trip. However, I have used resources at my disposal, which may or may not be Russ, to make me playlists for a road trip.
Yeah. More truth from Michelle. This is not what I was expecting. This is
I do send him lots of requests and then he has to put them on. This is back when we had made CDs. We had a book of CDs that we would bring for road trips, and he would have to burn them all and bring them.
Mm-hmm. and then to Frankie's point earlier, I would very much make sure that there was a set order they were in, that the songs flowed great, that the track
and I just hit shuffle.
Oh my dear God. Woman hit shuffle on one of my CDs once, and it was almost the end of times in the car. I lost my mind.
I just want to be surprised.
No. Frankie, do you have designated or a road trip playlist, or have you ever at least made one on purpose for a road trip?
So I don't make road trip playlists. I don't make playlists at all. I have one playlist that I've been working on for the past 7 years, and I just add songs to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It has over 800 songs, and I just press shuffle. And then if there's something sad, I would just press next. You know?
Yeah, as soon as Everybody Hurts starts, you just hit next.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you, Garrett, as far as going through and making a playlist specifically for a road trip?
Oh yeah, I'm a playlist freak. I have playlists for I have 2 different work mixes that
Wow.
I have. I do have a road trip one, but I was just going through that fairly recently, and I don't know what I was thinking, but a lot of those songs just don't work. So I need to rework it, but I'm definitely a playlist type person.
I like how Garrett's like, oh yeah, I make play trip for if I'm going to the bathroom, I make a play. playlist.
Yeah.
That's
You
a
gotta
road
you gotta prepare for that walk before you close that bathroom door. You know, it's like walk up music for sports.
Right.
I need that in my house.
Yeah, I feel like Michelle, for you, Eye of the Tiger would be best. Like for every time you're going to the bathroom, get yourself.
Oh yeah. Do I get a robe?
Yeah, real pumped up for it. The next question that we had on the list was, what songs would you rather not hear on a road trip? And I'll go ahead and kick this off. And I'm going to go to Frankie last on this because I'm going to, make sure that the 2 people who know that sad songs should not be on a playlist. I'm looking directly at Michelle right now while I say this, begin and end this discussion. But I don't have anything specific other than if you've listened to the show for any length of time, Creed. Like, do not ever put Creed on a playlist, like, at all. I don't care if it's the happiest song they've ever recorded. I don't want to hear it on a road trip. Like, I'm going to have a good time. I don't want to hear Creed in my ear. And then the other thing is, like, any sad song. And I know I've said Everybody Hurts a couple of times,
Lies.
but
Lies.
My Heart Will
Lies.
Go On. Like, I just
Lies.
don't. Can I finish? Before you just
I don't know. Can you?
Is that
I'm gonna let you finish,
that's a
but-
new trick you learned this week? Is the just saying the same thing over and over?
Well, so I decided to not to speak louder, but to just speak more.
Great. But yeah, no, it's sad songs, man. I don't even want Sad Songs Say So Much by Elton John on there. And that's like really upbeat. Like, I just don't want any downer songs on a thing where all of us are in a car trying to enjoy ourselves. Plus, and this is probably way overthinking it, but it's what I do when it comes to music. You never know what other people have been through too. So like, you put on a song that's really sensitive, the lyrics hit wrong for somebody in the car, you could ruin someone else's trip and in turn yours. Now, Michelle, I realize that you're not familiar with caring about other people's feelings, but
Yeah, I don't. I'm lost.
yeah, you're in the weeds on that.
What's empathy?
Yeah, I've never heard that word. Michelle, tell us why it's okay to have sad songs on a road trip playlist where everyone in the car is just trying to enjoy themselves.
Well, so first of all, I want to say that sometimes the road trip is it's not the fun part. Like it's annoying,
but it can be
driving.
if the music's right.
Right? I agree.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was in my angsty emo days, whenever it would rain, even if we were on a road trip, we would drive people back and forth to college and stuff. Anytime it rained, we would blast Dashboard Confessional and roll down the windows and smoke cigarettes and get soaked in rain and be all emo about it. And I felt like that was a good time. No, just me.
I don't think you just described a good time. Maybe we need to do a whole episode that's not music focused, just with you explaining what a good time is. And that might in turn explain a lot of things.
Well, so I think that you have to just be an emo kid. Like, I feel like there's a lot of emo music that is not necessarily upbeat, but I would definitely listen to when I'm in a good mood.
But it's sad though.
Not all of it.
Not all of it. And sometimes they're screaming. So that's not like sad music. That's like angry music.
Screaming's not always sad. It can be, in fact, angry.
Yes, screaming's not always sad. So,
or fear.
What was the question?
What songs would you rather not hear on a road trip?
I didn't even answer your question.
No.
I would just rather not hear any songs I don't know, which I know that's an impossible request. Like, I know that there's no way for somebody to know what I know and what I don't know, but I just really don't want to hear songs that I don't know.
Then why is it okay to play the radio? They're going to play all sorts of stuff.
Because
you don't know.
everybody's miserable at the same time.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Also, my last road trip, I'm pretty sure my last one, we drove up up 4 hours and back 4 hours and no music at all.
Oh no.
What?
You can tell I moved out of Michigan because that would have never happened if I was in the state. I would have found a way to
You
make
were
that
in the
happen.
state. It was for our friend's 40th birthday. Me and her went to Petoskey and we just talked the whole way. And I don't think you need music.
Garrett,
No.
let's move on to you. That, by the way, would have been one of the episodes that Michelle came to and was like, "Yeah, I don't have any jammy jams this week."
Because I listened to nothing.
Yeah, I drove 4 hours. Garrett, what are some of these songs you absolutely do not want to hear on a road trip?
So I would agree with the sad songs. I wrote down most because there may be like one or two that are like sad, but in a way where you're like okay listening to it. I don't have any examples, but I just didn't want to like have a blanket statement for that.
Right.
And then the other thing I wrote was like music only tracks. Like if I'm in a road trip, like wanting to go, I want to like sing along with it. And if it's just like 4 minutes of just noise, I don't want that. I want to like be engaged with the other people in the car, singing along, goofing off, and you can't really do that to Sandstorm, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Unless you're singing along with Sandstorm, then I guess
Right.
that one's fine.
Frankie, other than the universal truth that sad songs should not be on a road trip playlist, what are some songs that you do not want to hear on a road trip playlist?
So the sad song thing, and then I'm gonna have to agree with Michelle and the whole songs that I don't know. Like I want to be able to sing along, like Garrett said. And if I'm listening to things that I don't know, I'm just sitting there like twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah,
I did write
get
down
that.
one song. Like I said, I always go on road trips with my brother, and every single time without fail, he plays "The Night We Met" by Lord Huron.
No.
And if I have to hear that song one more time,
Oh, it's such a good song.
it is a great song. It's a good song, but I've listened to it so many times.
It's also a sad song.
It's so sad. And when
Oh
we get
my
in that
God.
car, I'm like, please, no.
Yeah. Like, okay, so first of all, yeah, great song.
Yeah.
Worth listening to 1,000 times. However, so
Not
sad.
when you're driving? That makes
So
no
Not when you're
sense.
driving. When you're crying alone in the rain,
Yeah.
that's when you can listen to it.
When you're alone in the rain and you want to cry, put that song on because you're gonna cry by the end of that song. That song is really sad. That's like in the discussion with saddest songs I've ever heard.
I think we did talk about that in our sad song episode.
It wouldn't surprise me. Jeez,
Did we have
what
a sad song episode? Did I make that up?
on our YouTube channel, Michelle, which you're a huge contributor to, in a couple of weeks, we have I have a video coming out of 5 really sad songs, and I'm like, now that Frankie mentioned that, I'm like really upset that I didn't include that on my 5 sad songs.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Yes, you have.
Oh
You
well,
heard it.
hey, if you need
Look
to
it
cry, if you need to cry,
Right?
throw that song on and
Well, I
just-
Drive
got-
around in the rain.
and let
I
me
got a cry playlist. Don't worry about
Let
it.
me-
I'll add that one to
let
it.
me tell you this: it's not even a country song, and it's one of the saddest songs I've ever heard.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jason Isbell's sad songs.
Yeah, there you go. It's along the lines of like a bluegrass, not it's kind of it's guitar-ish, but it's more of a ballad. But
Okay.
it's sad. Michelle, as a sidebar, can you guess what my number 1 saddest song of all time was?
Alyssa Lies.
Alyssa Lies by Jason Michael Carroll, the saddest song ever in English.
What is it called?
Yes.
It's called Alyssa Lies.
Okay.
And,
So sad.
and here's an example of why I don't want to see anything ever on sad on a road trip playlist. The first 2 verses of that song are about how Alyssa is this little girl at school who lies about things, and like this guy's daughter comes home and is like, yeah, there's this girl at school that lies all the time. And then in the 3rd verse, you find out that Alyssa now lies with Jesus because what she was trying to tell everybody about was the abuse she was suffering at home.
Stop.
And yeah, it's the saddest song ever in the history of the world.
I'm getting goosebumps just you describing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
You know
was
the
too.
song so well, and it's
Yeah.
definitely a sad one.
It is, whew, man. Let's take an upturn and say,
Right?
what are some of your favorite songs to put on a road trip playlist? And this is the big one, Michelle. This is the one that I was like, Michelle's going to have the nerve to come on this show and be like, I don't have, or you
I don't
absolutely
listen to
have,
music.
you absolutely have favorite songs that you've always, every Vegas trip we've gone on, every road trip we've gone on,
It's
you're
not a
like,
road trip.
make sure to play this song. And so save your lies. We're not going to you right now. We'll start out with Garrett. What are some of your favorites? Like if you and I were taking a road trip and you would say, you absolutely got to have this song on the playlist.
Okay, I came with quite a few. I love the song Wagon Wheel. I think that's a fun one to just sit in the car and sing with everybody.
Any
By
version
whom?
of it? Yeah, any version of it, or
Yeah, which version?
I like Darius with Lady Antebellum. I think that's a fun one, but I like the Old Crow Medicine Show version as well.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I have Obla Di Obla Da by the Beatles because
Fantastic pick.
fun one. Yep.
Yep.
One that I've just recently gotten into is Your Love by the Outfield.
Mm-hmm.
We saw them play.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
saw them play that.
We sure
Nice.
did. Yeah, we went and saw them in concert, and literally we knew that they were going to close with that. And every
Oh.
time they did a song that wasn't that, we were like, "Damn it, just do
He
Your
was
Love."
the opener,
Yeah,
and they played for an hour and a half, and we were like, seriously, the next song's got to be it.
yeah. We did,
that's awesome.
but just so everybody's not left hanging on that story, we did get to hear it finally. They did play
good.
the song. Yeah.
And then he died.
Yes, and yes, Michelle, and then he passed
Wow.
away. Like
Wait that.
like all humans end up doing eventually. Yes.
Yeah.
So Garrett, you're knocking it out of the park so far. What else do you got?
I have to switch it up a little bit with Beastie Boys, No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Great pick.
And then one of my absolute favorite songs of all time, Flagpole Sitta by Harvey Danger.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Another
I
one.
love that song so much.
I noticed an upbeat theme there. I noticed there wasn't anything sad in that.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
It's weird.
That's for us.
Hey, I know, again, the listeners can't see this, but Michelle is telling me I'm number one with a gesture right now, which is very sweet
I'll
and
buy you
kind.
a shirt at this point for how many times you're number one.
Yeah, no kidding. Garrett brought up No Sleep Till Brooklyn by, of course, the Beastie Boys. Michelle, will you share with Frankie and Garrett why it is you don't listen to the Beastie Boys?
All they do is yell.
Because
they do.
Because all they do is
See?
yell.
Thank you.
You're not wrong.
See? Oh my God, Frankie needs to be on the show all the time.
I mean, I'll listen to them, but you aren't wrong. They do yell a lot.
Good
Right?
Lord. Yeah, well, Michelle doesn't want to hear them because they yell too much for her. Same woman who a minute ago was going on about how great emo is because they scream.
Screaming is different than yelling.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Frankie, what are some great songs you want to hear on road trips?
Mine's kind of embarrassing. I listen to a lot of nostalgic music.
First of all, there's no such thing as embarrassing or a guilty pleasure. If you like it, there's no
That's
guilt
true.
involved. So
That's true. I just feel like when I put it on, people are like, really, why are you playing this? Like I play...
Punch him in the face.
have you been on a road trip with Michelle?
I don't want to listen to the radio the whole time. So I'm good. Ja Rule, like I'm real, always on time.
Yep.
Ludacris, pimping all over the world.
Yep.
Wow,
R.
you're like
Kelly.
really speaking Michelle's language, and I'm not even being a little bit funny. Like this is all Michelle's.
R. Kelly, Bruno Mars. That's like 24 Karat Magic. That's
Yep.
the kind of stuff that I like to listen to.
Yep.
Notice
That's all that stuff's on the radio.
Yeah, it was,
That's true.
It was all more upbeat songs. I'm going to go through some that I like to hear on. I put these on nearly every playlist, and this is just a small sampling. And then we're going to end this particular question on Michelle, who's going to lie to us about it. For me, I don't know why, but every single playlist I've made for road trips since this song came out, Paper Planes by MIA, it's got to be on every. Yeah. I don't know why, but it's got to be on every single road trip playlist I've made since I've. Yeah, Come On Feel the Noise by Quiet Riot and We're Not Gonna Take It by Twisted Sister. They're both just upbeat songs that always have to go. Like, I know this is crazy, Michelle, but even somebody who doesn't know those songs, if you hadn't heard them first by some way, like when they come on, they're just upbeat enough to where like everybody in the car would, Plus they both repeat the chorus like 7,000 times. So if you didn't know it the first minute, by the third minute, you're going to be singing along with the song because you know the words easily. This one might be a bit controversial, but for me, anything B-52s that's not called Love Shack. So like Rock Lobster, Channel Z, Rome, like all, like literally anything upbeat by the B-52s, I will throw a smattering of it all over a road trip just because. And the only reason I'd leave Love Shack out even is just because it's just so overplayed. But everything else by them, I feel like when it comes on, even if people don't know it super close, it's upbeat enough that they're like, oh yeah, I can party. It sounds like a party. So Michelle, I know for a fact you have songs that you always want on playlists, and you're probably going to say that you don't. So let's skip that part and you tell us what songs that you like on playlists.
I found an old playlist of mine, so I've been going through
So to be earlier in the show when you said you didn't make any playlists.
I didn't make any notes, and then you were like, you can't say nothing. So then I was like, okay, any Ludacris, I think any Ludacris can be on a playlist. Icona Pop, I don't care.
That is your number one song that you always want on any playlist.
Numero uno, guaranteed to put me in a good mood. Caribou Lou by Tech Nine.
Yes.
Yes.
See? Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, well,
What? Garrett, what is your deal?
That's one band that could just disappear, and I would be so happy.
well, I mean, dude, they only had the 2 hits. You know, it's not like you have to deal with
Right.
them
They're
much.
probably
you know?
already disappeared,
Yeah, like,
Garrett.
lit up and Crazy Bitch. You know, it's not like you have to deal with them all that much. It's not like it's not
I
like
know,
the,
but like any record of them could just be like Men in Black out of here. I would be so happy.
Are they your Creed?
Probably. I think Red Hot Chili Peppers is my Creed.
Ah, fuck yes.
yeah,
Thank
that's
God.
well. It turns out you guys are Michelle's people. Because saying all the things. No, but I always say regarding Buck Cherry, I always say that anytime they have a new record, I'll listen to it, and then I feel like every one of their albums should just be called More Buck Cherry Songs. Like it just, you know, like it just, it's
not
just,
different.
it's just exactly the same every time they come out with something. So, but Michelle, that was pretty hefty list so far. Do you got
I
any
have
other?
more.
Oh man, go on.
2 more. Rock Me Amadeus.
Oh
by Falco.
yeah, that is. Yep. So you see, Frankie, there was nothing shameful about your choices at all because Michelle's over here dishing out the very best of Falco.
I have that on vinyl, and I Like It by Cardi B. Jam. I know that Russ hates that song.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
And Constantinople by the Four Tops, right?
Yeah,
Four Lads.
Four Lads. Yes, it's not.
Four Lads. Yes,
that's amazing.
So that's my list.
Amazingly, not by the Four Tops.
I get them confused. Okay.
The last question that we have for this discussion, which Michelle bringing her A game, I feel like it's because Frankie and Garrett are speaking your language here that you've like
we're
really,
like vibing.
Yeah. There's a lot less fighting going on than usual. Last
you
question.
are on here saying I was going to be a liar.
Yeah,
Take it back.
You said at the top of the show that I was going to be mad at you during this episode.
Because I don't really I just rather would listen to the radio at the end of the day. That's why you're going to be mad.
Thanks for getting that point in one more time. The last question that we wanted to ask was, what's your all-time favorite road trip song? Just the one that you absolutely have to hear on a road trip. Michelle, just pretend they played it on the radio. Like what is the one that you absolutely have to hear? And mine is way out in left field, so I'm going to go first, and then I'll just work through y'all. There is a Weird Al song that is not a parody. It's an original song, and it's about a road trip. It's from the album UHF, and it's called The Biggest Ball of Twine in Minnesota. And it's literally the whole song is about this family taking a field trip to see the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota and all the places that they've been, like as a family all across the US and everything. It's personal to me because when I was a kid, you're never going to believe this, but as a kid, I also had to control the music in the car and like had my cassettes at the ready to like play all the right songs at the right time.
That's shocking.
I know. This is the episode where we reveal all. People are going to learn things in this episode. Having said that, we took a family road trip to Virginia, and like the UHF album had just come out, and like I listened to that song a ton, and I was on a road trip with my family and everything. So like that one's like really personal to me. And it also breaks the don't play songs I don't know rule because almost nobody in any car ever has heard that song like at all. And usually about halfway through, somebody is like, this sounds like Weird Al. Is this Weird Al? You know, and that's about all it gets.
I don't think you've ever played it for me.
Yep, sure have. And so having said that, it's the one that I always have to, it's a non-negotiable for me. It's got to go on every road trip playlist that I ever make because it's just it's a very personal one to me. And it's interesting, at least. I was going to say odd, but it's not odd. It's more interesting that it's a song about going on a road trip. So and it doesn't have the usual like nobody gets killed in it or anything. It's not the usual Weird Al song where like something crazy happens. Like it's literally just a wholesome song about a family taking a road trip together. It's really cool. Frankie, going to throw you on the spot now. What is the one for you?
I don't feel any pressure. It's called The Spins by Mac Miller, and it's just a really good song, and it puts everybody in a good mood, and I love it.
At first I thought you said Nick Miller, and I was like...
Nick Miller from...
Like from New Girl?
Yeah.
And then I was like, Mac Miller, got it.
Yeah, it's a really upbeat song. He recorded it when he was really young. He was probably like 18 or 19, so he just talks about like having a good time and like graduating high school and what he's going to do next and rapping and how much he loves rap, and I just really like it.
I'll check it out. I'm sure it's right up my alley.
So yeah, it's upbeat. So like even like somebody like me, like I don't think I've heard that song, but like it would break the you haven't heard it rule, but it's so upbeat.
Yeah.
And
and it has the chorus has MGMT. I'm pretty sure. So I think that's kind of cool as well.
I
like them.
Garrett, what is the one song that you have to hear on a road trip, no matter what?
So I am a huge fan of Tenacious D, and I think the song Tribute is fantastic. It's a well-written song. Like it's funny, but it's also like subtly funny, because like when you finally figure out like, oh, this isn't even like the song that they did. I think it's just such a clever one, and it's also fun to sing along with the guys. And I don't know, it's just always got to be there for me.
I feel like that's like a throwback song to the point where that's one of those songs that when it comes on, even if people don't listen to it regularly, they'll be like, oh my God, I haven't heard this in forever. Hell yes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and have it kick in. Michelle, narrow it down for us. What's the one song? And I'm holding you to this, by the way. This is for any future road trip playlist I ever make for us. You're just going to get this one pick.
All About That Bass by Megan Trainor.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Good Lord. I can't believe we didn't mention this, but there was a road trip Michelle and I took where we had, I think it was at the most, it was either 3 or 4 songs on this playlist. Literally, the whole playlist was like 3 or 4 songs. And one of them was All About That Bass by Megan Trainor. Yep. One of them was Bang Bang by Nicki Minaj and Jessie J.
One of them was Blurred Lines
or whatever.
Yeah. And then Blurred Lines was on there. And I forget, I have no recollection of what the 4th one was. But we had all loved those songs so much that literally those 4 songs were the only thing that we listened to on the entire trip. But yeah, good call on. And look at you saving All About That Bass till the end. How about that?
It's almost like a...
Did you know, here's something fun, Michelle. Did you know that the listeners can't see when you just point at your brain?
I did not. I did not know that.
So,
thank you.
That's more information for you to know. Having said that, I think this was a great discussion. I'm glad it was put off for like 2 years, Michelle, so that we could have it with Frankie and Garrett, because they ended up speaking directly to your heart so many times.
They did.
Nice.
And again, Frankie and Garrett, thank you so much for coming on the show from your own show, the EverTrending Story Podcast. And what is it y'all do? And or why should folks come over and check your show out? And where do they go get it?
Yeah, so if you want to check our show out, I mean, I like to think of it as like we're taking the news, which sometimes just sucks, and we're just trying to put like a fun spin on it. And like Russ, when you were on there, you had a grand time with it too, just making something completely new out of trends that maybe aren't so happy. And so what we'll do is we'll take those trends from the web and turn them into a fun fictional story with a randomized genre. It's a great time. Frankie and I bounce the story back and forth. And if you want to listen to us, we are literally everywhere you can find podcasts. So Google, Apple, Spotify, Good Pods, we're there.
Yeah, and I've mentioned this on the last couple of episodes where we've had guest hosts, but whatever platform you're listening to us on right now, please do our co-hosts a solid and go ahead and search on that platform for EverTrending Story Podcast and give it their latest episode a listen, see if you like what they have, hit the subscribe button, help them out. And then, because like I say, I don't consider myself a creative person at all, and I found a way to have fun with it. And like when I first got the text from you for that story, Garrett, I was like, oh, this dude's way more creative than me. So people should definitely check out what you all are doing. So we greatly appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. This episode is coming out on Monday. As always, when you listen to this episode, the next one that we will have of the Infectious Groove Podcast is going to be circling back to a totally epic cover battle, which Michelle herself, before we started recording tonight, said, ooh, that's going to be a good one. And that's a direct quote.
I said gooden.
It's going to be a good one. That's my bad.
Gooden.
Yeah, I didn't mean to take your...
That is a direct quote.
That's going to be a good one. We are going to be joined from our friends over on the It Rocks podcast, a music podcast out of St. Louis. Kyle is going to be back in with us, and we are going to have Michael Jackson, the king of pop, take on Alien Ant Farm with the song Smooth Criminal. So that is going to be quite a bit of fun for next week. So hope you can join us for that. As we always say about this time, without music, life would be a mistake. Bye.
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 The Infectious Groove Podcast is hosted by Russ Robinson, Kyle Wimple, and Michelle Casalecki. Produced and edited by Russ Robinson. Intro and outro music composed by Chris Kimmel. Recorded with a Rode Podcaster Pro and Rode Pod mics.